Me and Vars, we get on really well. Both Sheffield lads, and we have a bit of banter all the time with each other. But no, in training, like I've said, he's a nightmare to play against. You've always got to be aware of him, and I know when I played against him at Hull, especially at the King Power game when he was at Leicester away, he caused us all sorts of problems that day, and we worked on it tirelessly in training to the preview of the game, and we couldn't really stop him. I think they beat us 3-1 on the day, and they deserved to win the game when I was at Hull. So, no, I know what it's like to play against him, and I'm sure you could speak to a lot of defenders out there in the Premier League. They wouldn't like to play against him week in, week out.
Do you think, with so much focus on Harry Kane, it's actually a little bit disrespectful to Jamie? People don't appreciate quite what a good player he is, because everyone says, "Oh, we need Harry Kane," etc., etc. Do you think he's actually, because everyone says, "Oh, Jamie's so quick," but he's actually a lot more than that?
Yeah, Jamie, obviously he's quick, but he's an excellent finisher as well. But disrespectful, I wouldn't say in them terms, because at the moment Harry Kane's probably the best striker in the world. So he's scoring frequently. He's getting the Golden Boot in the Premier League the last couple of seasons. He's up there again. Obviously, he's been unfortunate with his injury this time, so he might come up a bit short. But no, he's on excellent form, Harry Kane, and there's nothing more than we can say about him. Hopefully he can, obviously, like I said, I wish him a quick recovery, and hopefully he comes back firing goals from now to the end of the season and takes the form into the World Cup.
Did your heart sink a bit when you saw the injury on his ankle?
Yeah, obviously he's a top player, like I've said. There's no doubt about it, he's one of our best players. He's a goal scorer. You've just seen in recent years, and no, when he went down, I'm sure every England fan, every England staff, every England player wanted him to get back up. But no, it's hopefully it's good news, and we wish him a speedy recovery.
How's your luggage situation improved since the first and the black bin bag?
Oh, I've improved it to a white one now. I'm on a white one. Yeah. She's passed that one.
Any more questions?
I was just going to ask you, who's been your toughest opponent since you've been at Leicester?
I think there's a lot of we had a real tough game away at Manchester City, if I'm honest. Sergio Aguero, I think he scored 3 or 4 that day, so I'd have to say with him. But I played against Harry Kane at the King Power, and we kept him quiet for 60 minutes. We're thinking we've done a good job, and then all of a sudden he puts one in the top corner from nowhere on a tight angle, and the game's back on. We were 2-1 up at the time. We managed to hold out, but no. From this year, obviously away at the Etihad, I think we didn't perform for Leicester, and Sergio Aguero scored 4 goals, so I'd have to go with himself.
Yeah, it feels like you've really kicked on since you've been at Leicester, which is sort of the point, isn't it? Sort of end of the World Cup. Do you feel that within yourself, like you've really improved as a player?
Yeah, I had obviously when I played for Hull and it come to the end of the season, we unfortunately got relegated, which I was gutted about. I felt like I had to move on to try and obviously give my World Cup chance the best opportunity, and to try and stay in the Premier League. And obviously I felt Leicester was the right club. I felt it was the right place, the right time to go play week in, week out, which I've always said is massive for myself. I need to be playing week in, week out, and thankfully the managers, obviously Shakespeare and now Puel, have done that and showed great faith in me, and I can hopefully kick on with them.
It wasn't so long ago that you were the new boy in the England camp, but your career and your international career progressed massively in that short period of time. Do you now feel that you not a shoo-in for the World Cup, but you're almost on the plane?
I think every time you do get selected for the squads, you start thinking that you're edging a tiny bit closer. There's no doubt about it. Every lad's dream when they're growing up, they want to play at the World Cup for the country. That's exactly the same as mine. Only what I can do is perform when I'm here and perform week in, week out for Leicester. And if I keep doing that, I'll give myself the best chance I can, and I'll have to see where it takes me.
There must have been a player really early on in your career when you first came across him, a striker, I thought, wow, that was a tough test. Do you remember a particular game where, even at that level, it was tough, and now you're obviously playing against people like Jamie Vardy and Harry Kane? Is there someone who sticks in your mind? Yeah,
it's strange when you're a young boy. I was playing in League One, and I used to analyse my players quite a lot. But no, every week you used to think, I'm up against another good test here.
It would be a good test then. Do you remember anything?
I can remember playing against Gary Medine when he was at Sheff Wednesday, and I was at Sheffield United in a big derby. he was always an handful. He's a good player. Used to think